Hello, Bachabati. I hope you are doing great at your home. So, today's lecture is all about the interconnection between nature and human, environment and human. So, this poem is directly dealing with one of the most important aspects of human's life, that is nature, that is trees. So let's begin with this topic. Let's understand what is the theme of this poem, which is called Cypress Street. Now, here the word play is done in the title, that Cypress Street. Actually, the street here, we can see the cypress is the name of a tree which is given to the street. And this is the most important twist in this poem. So let's understand that poem first. So here is, so the conduct a survey on the status of street trees in your neighborhood. Is life without plants possible? So this is your activity that you have to do by yourself. So let's understand, let's see who is the poet of this poem. So the name of the poet of this poem is Todd Michael St. Pierre. He is one of the most famous poets. He writes poems, songs, plays for children like you. He is the storyteller at schools throughout the southern United States. Among his published works, and this poem, actually, this one of the poem is taken from his one of the famous collection, A Treehouse on the Moon. So this poem is taken from that actual collection of Todd Michael St. Pierre. So this is the small introduction about the poet. So let's understand the theme of the poem. Now, what is the theme of the poem? So here the theme is very simple thing. Can be understood by everyone. So here, distinct from the nature poetry, this poem explores. So this poem explores the inseparable connection between humans and trees. So here, two most important things are given, that this poem, this particular poem is dealing with the interconnection, inseparable connection between humans and trees. Trees are most important for our ecosystem, right? So here in this poem, it shows that importance to us. It shows the impact of modernization on the natural world. So, on our natural world, what kind of impact done by the modernization? This is the main thing which we are going to understand in this poem. So, this poem serves as witnesses to the climate change while bringing attention to the important environmental issues and advocating for preservation and conservation. So we should preserve our nature. We should preserve our environment. This is the main theme. This is the main theme. We should conserve our environment. So let's find out what are the things we are going to see in this poem. So the first thing, that is comes into the mind. That is the first thing, is Cypress tree. Now, what is Cypress tree? So this is cypress is the common name of various coniferous trees or shrubs in the northern temperate regions that belongs to the family of Capricaceae. So here, this type of trees, this is the tree of cypress tree. This tree often 25 meters, 80 feet something tall. It shapes like a pyramidal, and especially when young, shaped like this. This is the shape. Understood? So this tree is called cypress tree. Now here, the most important poetic device is used is symbolism. Symbols are used. So in a classical antiquity, the cypress was the symbol of mourning and the modern era. It remains the principal cemetery tree in both the Muslim world and the Europe. In the classical tradition, the cypress was associated with death and the underworld because it failed to regenerate when cut back to silver. So, in this poem, this particular poem, the symbolism is used. So, let's find out, and let's start with the first stanza, which is given there. Now, this first stanza, I'll read one by one, and then I'll explain each and every word or each and every line. What is the meaning of that? So here, I took a stroll on Cypress Tree. Now, I refers to the poet or narrator, to the narrator who narrating this poem, right? So I took a stroll on Cypress Tree. Stroll means a small walk on a cypress street. Now, this name is very, very iambic because overall this poem is revolve around this name, Cypress Street. So the poet or the narrator who is walking on that Cypress Street, taking the small walk, while taking that small walk, the thought sideways beneath my feet. Now, sideways means here in American English, it means the pavement, the footpath. So the pavement which are very hot beneath poet's feet. Now, why poet is saying that it was a hot sideways? So the one thing which stood out the most, where trees once stood, there were lampposts. Now, here is the reason why the sideways, why the pavement, why the footpath was hot. The main reason, because where there was trees, there were trees, lots of trees were there. Now there is stood lamppost. Lamppost means this is the lamppost. I would never seen so much concrete. No cypress left on a cypress street. The poet is totally surprised or totally anxious to see that there was so many, so much concrete. Now, here, so much concrete means there are big buildings, big constructions. No cypress left. Cypress, yes, cypress means cypress tree. No cypress tree left on the Cypress Street. It is like the name given, for example, the elephant park, and there is no elephant, just like that. The park is named as Elephant Park because there were so many elephants in the past, but now there is not a single elephant you can see, but still the name is Elephant Park. So just like that, here the cypress trees are not there, but the name of that street is Cypress Street. So I have explained it. So let's understand what is given there. So the poet is talking about Cypress Street, which is the name after Cypress tree. The poet was walking down to the pavement of the Cypress Street and felt that it was very hot due to the sun's heat. Now, if there is no tree, especially in the summer, if you are not getting any shadow, what kind of feeling? And the same feeling is dealt by our poet. So he noticed a lot of lampposts on the street in place of cypress tree. So cypress tree is not there, but the lamppost, the place was taken by the lampposts. So let's see the next thing. Let's understand the next stanza. According to my great aunt Jem, there used to be a lot of them. Now the poet's aunt is telling him that there was so many trees, a lot of them. Here again, they are talking about cypress tree. They're talking about cypress tree. They cut them down. They took their wood. A treeless street is plumb no good. So here, they cut them. Now, who they? They means the people in that city or the humans. They took their woods to building their houses. The treeless street, plumb no good. It's no good. Just like the treeless neighborhood. There are no trees remaining. So tell the mayor next time they meet. Whenever they meet the mayor, mayor means the main person, the responsible person of a city, to change the name of lamppost street, because there is not a single cypress tree is left in that street. So that is why it was requested to change the name according to the lamppost street. So the poet's great aunt Jem explained that the cypress trees have been cut down to make use of wood, and lampposts have taken the place of cypress. The poet feels that the treeless street has no beauty. There is no beauty. Therefore, it is better to change its name from Cypress Street to Lamppost Street. So this is the theme. This is the theme which is given there in this poem. So let's understand what are the rhyming pairs are there and what are the rhyming scheme of the poem. What is the rhyming scheme of the poem? So here you can see the first thing in every. So if this is the first, if we can consider this as a first stanza, you can see street feet, then most lampposts, concrete and street. So if you give A to this, so A, B, B, again, concrete and street is rhyming together. So that's why A. So the rhyming scheme of the poem is A, B, B, A. This is how you can generate the rhyming scheme or make the rhyming scheme by using the rhyming word. Again, gem, them, wood, good, neighborhood, meet, and street. Now here you can give A, B, B, and C's. So every stanza, there are certain words, and you have to identify. You have to just underline those last words. Okay, so this is the rhyming scheme of the last stanza. So I hope you understand all the poem properly. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime. So thank you very much for joining me. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourself.